Album and Beer Club.
Hello, welcome to Album and Beer Club.
And today we're gonna be looking at the first album from Nirvana called Bleach.
Yeah, great album.
Their debut album. For anybody that doesn't know, there was an album before Nevermind. Because a lot of people born, well, after 2000 don't realise that, do they?
Yeah, I mean, most people probably just have Nevermind anyway, wouldn't they? I mean, they wouldn't really think about Bleach, I don't think.
No, probably not. But I think it's a great record.
Yeah.
Really good. It's a lot different from Nevermind. It's more of a metal album,
Yeah.
to be fair. Metal punk, I guess you'd say, wouldn't you call it that?
Yeah, got a tinge of punk in there.
Yeah.
1989 released.
1989, yeah, and it's more of the sound that they wanted to have, I think, through their career. But when they signed to Geffen in 1990, they obviously become a lot more, well, commercialised by the record company.
Yeah, definitely. I think, so it was produced by Jack Endino.
Yeah, Jack Endino.
And initially, Nirvana had their first recording session, and it wasn't with Chad Channing, their drummer for Bleach, and for a little while afterwards, it was with Dale Grover.
Yeah.
He was the drummer from Melvins. He done a session with them. I think they might have done about 10 tracks.
Yeah.
And he done so well, because he's a fantastic drummer anyway, that Chad Channing couldn't replicate that. And so they ended up keeping Dale's version on Floyd the Barber, Paper Cuts, and Downer. Which, shows how good he was, really.
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and was this released on, it was Sub Pop, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is, Sub
So this
Pop.
was and that was quite a independent label.
Yeah, I think it was quite early on in Sub Pop's sort of career, really.
So quite a few bands in their stable, if you like to call it that. Like it was Sonic Youth and bands like that. Sub Pop.
I know Soundgarden, their early stuff, where obviously Mudhoney are now.
Tad. And
they were to start off with.
Sub Pop. They're all around the same area anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they were touring
together.
buddies, weren't they? Melvins and Tad and stuff like that. And they all seem to sort of collaborate quite a bit.
Yeah, and there's a big scene in Seattle in the late 80s that eventually evolved into grunge.
Yeah.
To be a really sort of commercial genre of music, which didn't exist before, obviously. And a lot of the bands that were chucked into that sort of genre they didn't even know that they were a grunge band.
No, I mean, they were just, like you said, it had that metal sort of tinge, but they
Yeah.
didn't want to be like the hair metal or like Motley Crue and all that
They didn't want to be
bollocks.
hair metal. They didn't want to be heavy metal. They
No.
were sludgy metal. But I don't know who come up with the name grunge. Maybe it was the press or something like that.
Probably,
Just
that's what happened with sort of punk and stuff.
well, and Britpop as well. I
Yeah.
mean, no band
Just
said
a
I'm a
label.
Britpop band, did they? I mean, it just happened.
Yeah,
didn't it? So,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, it's, as far as recording goes for this album, the funny enough, the recording costs were paid. $600 was paid by Jason Everman,
Yeah.
who joined on guitar.
Yeah, it's rhythm guitar.
Rhythm guitar.
wasn't it? Yeah.
He appears on the cover, which the photo was taken by Kurt's then girlfriend.
Then girlfriend at the time, yeah.
Tracy
Miranda.
Yeah, that's it.
Who the song, she influenced the song About a Girl,
Yeah.
written by Kurt Cobain, which is one of the most commercial songs on the album, probably the most commercial song on the album.
Definitely.
That they played all the way through the existence of Nirvana, even up to Unplugged.
I'd say, I mean, I know the recording's not very polished, but I'd say that's one of the most commercial songs they've ever done.
I think so. I think it's got the melody of the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's got a sweet sentiment to it. And it is a really, really good song. Like I say, they played it all through their career because Kurt Cobain must have known that was a catchy, brilliant song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Completely different from a lot of their stuff. They, no screaming, no heavy guitar or anything like that. Just a really good, catchy song.
Yeah, I mean, if you're learning guitar, drums, bass, and you're in a band, you will have played About a Girl.
Yeah, because it's only about 2 chords.
Yeah.
So that's a good one to start
Yeah.
with. Well, the verses, isn't it? It's a very easy song
Yeah.
to play. So yeah, and a great song.
But not my favourite. My favourite from Bleach
Here we go.
is,
It's going to be a weird one.
No. My favourite's School, I think, probably.
School.
And, yeah, School and Big Cheese. And what about yourself, Dan?
I do like School and Big Cheese. I love Negative Creep because that kind of summed me up around the time I was listening to Bleach.
Yeah.
I was a bit of a creep and I was negative.
And you were stoned? No.
No, I wasn't stoned. I was only about 5. No, I wasn't. I only joking. I was about 15, but 14.
Mental age, 5.
Mental age 5 still am. Yeah. Keeps me young.
Mentally.
Mentally. Oh god. But anyway, I do like Downer as well.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm like stoned again, doesn't it? I like that when I was on a downer. Yeah. I like that because it is quite a. Well, it's the whole atmosphere of the song. It really is, and the way he sings it, it's not all screechy until the end. It builds up. That's a really, really powerful song in my eyes, and it's a great ender to the album. But I also like Blue, the beginning. I do love a song where the vocals and the guitar do the same melody at the same time.
It's got a bass intro, hasn't it?
It has, but I mean during the verse.
No, I mean it's lovely bass sound.
Oh, it's a
nice
great
to
bass
sort,
sound.
yeah.
All through this album, the bass is great.
Yeah.
It is really good. But on the verses of when you wanna be mine, I'll lie to you. And the guitar's doing the same. I love that.
Yeah.
I've always loved that in songs. But yeah, so Blue really stood out to me when I first heard this album.
Yeah.
When I was about 14, actually. I wasn't 5, obviously.
Yeah, I know that.
But yeah, an excellent debut album. If it came out today, I think it would have charted a lot higher because music changed after, funny enough, Nirvana's Nevermind. And if an album like this come out today, well, probably not today, a few years ago, it would have charted quite well, I think. But back then it was all hair metal and pop music, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
if you weren't Phil Collins or Madonna or Bon Jovi, you weren't in the charts. But
That's a band in itself, isn't it?
put them all together, you got Live Aid. You got one of those charity singles. Anyway, what was the single off this album, Rick? I think Blue was, did you say? Or not?
I think Blue was. I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm going to get it wrong. People are going to tell me otherwise, but I think it's something. Blue might have been something to do with UK release.
Yeah.
It's got a good cover to it. But the initial single was Love Buzz with Big
Definitely
Cheese.
was Love Buzz, yeah.
Big Cheese B-side. Love Buzz was a different version. It was a different mix with an intro,
And it was
which
also,
I really enjoyed. But
it's also a cover. It wasn't a Nirvana original, was it?
yeah, it was a cover. Yeah, I think it's a band from the 60s called Shocking Blue.
I really love Nirvana's version, though. The guitar in, I think, is fantastic on that. And, yeah, the way he sings it, everything about it is amazing.
Yeah, the breakdown's great, and it was hissing over the mic, and yeah, I mean, I shouldn't imagine they were too fussed about releasing a cover as their first single. Nobody would want to do that, but I don't think they had much choice with Sub Pop at the time, hence why they had to fund their own album.
Well, exactly that. I mean, yeah, back in the 80s, being a sort of metal punk band, you're not really going to get a record company investing in you, are you? Until, you got to pay to record your own stuff and then get it to the record company, whether they're going to release it.
Yeah, and then if it sells, then
Sounds, yeah.
they'll want to do it after that.
Exactly, yeah.
And
Oh yeah, the beer.
Yeah.
Because we got to do our beer review as well. It's not only album club,
No.
it's album and beer club. So we've gone for a North American lager that is called Miller Lite.
It's
And what percentage is it, Rich?
I think 4.2.
4.2. So woof, watch yourselves.
Yeah.
This could get messy. You got to be careful with this one. But yeah, it's all right.
It's okay.
It pretty much tastes like
Water. The problem with American beers or lagers, they're very watery.
they are watery. That's why they can't drink with the English or the British.
Yeah,
can they?
well, let's not get into that.
Let's not get into that. No, we won't go down that road. But anyway, that's the beer we're having today, and it's a lovely, lovely beer from
Fantastic.
North America called Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Miller Time. Was that the advert? Miller Time. Miller Time. Rich is looking at me like I'm having a stroke. No, there wasn't ever. Surely that were Miller
I
Time.
hope you're not having a stroke.
So do I.
I'm sat next to you.
Well, if my face falls off, then you know I am.
I was on about
What? Weird. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, having a stroke, touching your leg, did you mean?
No.
Oh my
Let's
god.
just move on. From
Anyway,
that.
we got to skip over that. That's Rich with one of his funny carry-on jokes. Anyway, now we're going to talk about the artwork of the album. Do you like the artwork?
Yeah, I do like it. Yeah.
Well, that's that. That's the artwork.
No, I love the text. I love the spacing. I think it still looks really good now.
It does.
Black cover, silver text.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, just laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like the negative photograph of them on the front playing, rocking away. It's good. It's a great looking album cover, and very much in keeping with Sub Pop and the albums at the time.
But
if
they've
you look
done,
at the other bands.
yeah. But
Mud Honey and stuff.
they've done a great job with the reissue.
Yeah, we're looking at the reissue at the moment, and they do. Yeah, they've done a really good job. It's a good old sort of pull out on there with lots of pictures and stuff like that. It does look very good.
Whereas like this Bleach reissue it's got really nice inlay, and it's got a second vinyl, which is a live album.
When's that live album from?
It was from the same sort of time as the just after the album really. It's February the 9th, 1990, Pine Street Theatre, Portland,
Oregon.
Yeah. And it's got largely it's got Bleach songs on there, but it's also got Dive, Spank Through, Molly's Lips,
Which
Sappy.
you'll find on the Ancestor side, a lot of them.
Yeah, Sappy.
Sappy was never on an album.
No,
or
and Being a Sun. And it's
Being
really,
a Sun, which was a B-side to a single off
yeah,
Nirvana, I
yeah.
think.
So it's a really, I mean, this reissue is brilliant.
It is, yeah.
You buy, like I said, I bought Nevermind, and it's just bog standard. It's like they just churn it out.
I can't believe that a reissue of Nevermind has not got lots of money thrown onto it and lots of extras, lots of photos, because it's probably one of the most important albums in the last, 40 years, I'd imagine. So why would the record company not put lots of effort into it? I don't know. And properly, master it, beef it up a bit more,
They don't need to. It can sit next to Rumours by Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Blondie, Parallel Lines.
It's
What
a
other
massive
ones?
album, isn't it?
Police's first album.
Yeah, but the reissue's got nothing. With it.
Carpenter's greatest hits. They can all sit
Yeah,
together, can't they?
exactly.
Mass produced record labels
Rick
just doing
Astley.
it. He's only ever had a single, hasn't
That's what I was saying. His greatest hits is really short.
he? Like his legs.
Anyway, yes. So Bleach, we very much enjoyed. As we
album.
did when we listened to it when we were both teenagers, because we were that era. And it's great to listen to and revisit, so I should say, an album that we loved when we were younger and we still do today. Because the first episode we listened to The Kinks' Arthur, which was from 1969. and we obviously weren't there at the time, didn't know what the reaction was to it and stuff, but we were there for when Bleach came out, and yeah, it's great album, and it changed music coming up to Nevermind, paved the way towards these bands like Soundgarden and stuff with their albums coming out, Bad
Nickelback.
Motorfinger, Nickelback, yeah,
Puddle of Mud.
all these bands, if it weren't for these first steps,
We wouldn't have had those fantastic bands. Oh, damn it.
God, who?
Why?
Why? What? No, but yeah, this was a great album
Yeah, it is a great album.
from a really good man. I know Nirvana does. It mixes opinion, doesn't it? Nirvana, in a way. A lot of people see it as really depressing music, but it absolutely is not. If you look at the original stuff that they were doing from this album and Nevermind, it is absolutely energetic, upbeat music. So I don't understand why people say, "Oh, it's just a depressing dude that's suicidal." No, absolutely not. It isn't. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So we covered anything.
I think that's about it. I mean, I'm sure there's loads of stuff we've missed out, but
Oh, massively, because we could talk about it forever, because we love Nirvana. We both, like I say, sort of bonded over it.
yeah.
He's looking at me weird again. No, we're not talking about stroking again. Anyway, what is our next album that we're going to do?
I don't know.
The Strokes? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. We're not quite sure yet.
Not sure.
But we'll be back soon with another podcast. Anyway, goodbye.
Album and Beer Club.